Hello and welcome to my new drawing video. In last week's video I went through really thoroughly how I completed the black background of this piece, so I won't go through all of that sort of process again, but if you are interested I'll leave a link up in the corner here. For this video I'll just blast through that 5 hours worth of tedious colouring in 20 seconds. Oh, how I wish I could do that in real life. This piece was inspired by a bunch of flowers that I bought while I was out shopping one day. Now, I'm not usually a fan of buying flowers. To me, there's something really kind of strange and morbid about cutting the head off something pretty so that I can sit it in a jar for a week and watch it rot. Just the way I see it. But these particular flowers were being sold as a part of the Daffodil Day fundraiser for the Cancer Council of Australia, who do some good things. And daffodils always remind me of my mother's garden, and we did lose her to cancer not all that long ago, so I couldn't walk past picking up a bunch. Now, what does an artist do with a bunch of flowers when they get them home? Well, I didn't just stick them in a jar. I stuck them in 1,000 jars, and I took photos of them and I stuck them in different light. And I posed them every way I could imagine, until I put them back on the same black table that I used for the strawberry picture a few months back. I took quite a few photos of the reflection on the table, and then it struck me that it could be even more interesting as a picture if I threw some water down there to get even some more complicated reflections. So that's what ended up as the final inspiration for this piece. The first part of the drawing that I got down was that water line. I wanted to get that down so that I wouldn't lose it amongst all the chaos of the petals in the background. And in the end it was actually really deceptively simple to do. All I needed to do was to get a really dark line where the surface tension was and just sort of get little highlights of white. And that's really all there was to it. As I completed each area I just used my Prismacolor pencil to sort of lighten up that lip of the water, and that was it. The flowers ended up challenging me a lot more than I thought. I had this grand scheme in my head for the way I wanted it to look, which involved me putting in a lot of detail and being really quite meticulous about this piece. But life's thrown a lot of really stressful things at me lately, and I found that when I sat down and wanted to be really meticulous and careful, I was really wound up and I just couldn't relax into this drawing at all. And art isn't about trying to be stressed out and perfect about something. I do this for fun. So by the time I'd reached the second flower, I sort of decided I was going to be much looser than my original plan. I really only used my reference photo to plot out my highlights and shadows, and from that point I just did what I felt like. It did mean that I could actually sit down and relax at the table and enjoy the process, which is what it's all about. In the end, after all the stress and worry, I've ended up with something I really quite like, even though it is different from my initial plan. Please let me know what you think by leaving a like or a comment, and if you'd like to see what I come up with next, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.